Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Invest 90L, which is likely to form in the next 48 hours, as well as become an Eastern Atlantic hurricane. So new developments throughout the day yesterday have led to this. So let's take a deep dive into the new information. So, starting off here with the current stats of the storm and the current description of what's going on. This is from the National Hurricane Center. Recent satellite-derived surface wind data indicate that the low-pressure system located over the far eastern tropical Atlantic, several hundred miles south of the Cape Verde Islands, is gradually becoming better defined. The associated showers and thunderstorms are showing signs of organization, and a tropical depression is expected to form during the next day or so, while the disturbance moves west-northwestward at 10 to 15 miles per hour over the eastern tropical Atlantic. Formation chance within 48 hours and 5 days is high at 90%. So, we do have current storm information for this storm, starting off with our global hurricane models. We can see here that the storm is going to start to take a turn toward the north and even the northeast by the time we get to the next 4 to 6 days or so. The GEFS ensemble shows that same turn toward the north and northeast, as well as the GEPS. So the track is pretty well defined for this storm. And the intensity guidance, all models show this becoming a tropical storm, with many models showing this becoming a Cat 1, Cat 2, maybe even a Cat 3. A couple models are pretty close. Hurricane between the next day and a half to 5 days, pretty much. So, let's take a look at the GFS. So here is Sam, which is currently a Category 4 hurricane, but here is Invest 90L. So, you see the low pressure form right here. Boom. This is the 30th, so late in the day on Thursday, but a depression will probably form throughout the day today. Yeah, maybe late in the day today into early tomorrow morning. Then we see the storm pretty much, I wouldn't say rapidly intensify, but it does intensify pretty quickly, moving to the north as it passes by the high pressure. Another big change that has happened in the models is that this high pressure is much weaker than we originally thought. And we thought that the high pressure would be so strong that it would shear off both these systems. Instead, it's weak enough that this system, 90L, will have a place to grow, and eventually this storm could be a little bit of a troublemaker for the British Isles. So I am closely monitoring the storm system, and let's actually go here, and if we go to Hurricane 90L. Alright. So this is just a zoomed in version of the GFS that doesn't go all the way up to 384 hours, but it goes up to 240. So we do see that throughout the day today, we see a tropical depression form as the storm doesn't have that tight rotation. And throughout the day tomorrow, this storm gets those tropical characteristics, those tropical storm characteristics, and starts to turn more toward the north. Throughout the day on Friday and Saturday, we see this storm develop hurricane characteristics. So this is where the storm peaks at Category 1 hurricane strength. Then it continues to move to the north, become extratropical as it moves through the Azores and into, now this shows Iceland, but it could impact Ireland as well, just in northwestern Europe in general. So that is the peak at this point. Now if we look at the HWRFP, which is just a zoomed out version of the HWRF hurricane model, we can see here that we have a storm system that right off the bat forms small system, but it is a hurricane. Actually, let's go to the HWRF hurricane model. That is probably a category 2 hurricane, and it does fluctuate a little bit, but category 1, category 2 hurricane strength as it moves north in the East Atlantic. The last time this happened, I believe, was Hurricane Larry, which was a major hurricane, I believe, if my memory serves me right. So we do have to monitor this, and since it is an Eastern Atlantic tropical system, if you live in Western Europe, this storm could be heading your way. This is where these storms tend to go after they have their lifespan in the Atlantic. Usually is an extratropical cyclone or a post-tropical cyclone. They go to Western Europe and are huge rainmakers. So I'll be monitoring this, as well as if you live in Western Europe, monitor this as well. But that is all I have for today. So if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell. And I'll see you guys next time.